This is for the older men. If you're not an older man, then just keep scrolling. Now that the older men are here, you guys.
I've always been attracted to older men.
I agree with like the always a couple years older. I feel like I always dated people who were a few years older than me.
Older men know what they want.
There's just something incredibly sexy about an older man talking about his 5-year game plan instead of what bar he's going to be hitting up next. They know what they want, they communicate it effectively, and it just takes away a lot of that gray area in relationships that makes things complicated.
Older guys, 100%.
Older guys.
Older guys.
Mature men are definitely better, 100%.
Because they're more intelligent, they've got more money, which means they won't ask you for anything, more interesting, often better looking.
Okay, dating older men and why it's better.
They know where the clit is.
Take care of you. Play games. Straight up, direct, and uber confident. Not to mention the life advice and helping you with issues that they struggled with in their 20s.
Fun facts about why some women prefer older men. A study actually showed that women who dated a man who was about 6 years older than her was in a much happier relationship. The women of the study said that they were looking for maturity, emotional stability, and wisdom. The women in the study were much more attracted to older men because the older, more mature a man is, the more straightforward they are with what they want and how they want things, versus someone who is about the same age as the girl or younger playing games. The women in the study also said that older men, because they're more mature, will actually have more respect for you, listen to you, and talk to you as well. Lastly, the women of the study said they're more attracted to an older man because the guy has more life experience.
You got that right.
This is a desirability rank graph based upon the ages of men and women in New York, Boston, Chicago, and Seattle. On the left of the graph, it shows the desirability rank from 30% up to 60%. And the bottom of the graph shows us the age group. As we can see, women have a high desirability rank of 60% from the age of 20 years old, and this tends to decrease by 5% every 5 years. It continuously drops until it reaches 35% at the age of 60 years old and onwards. Men at 20 years old have a desirability rank of 45%, and it continuously increases by roughly 2.5% every 5 years. It ultimately reaches a peak of 55% between the ages of 50 and 60 years old, as it begins to level off. If we overlap the graphs, we can see that at the age of 30 years old, the desirability between men and women cross over. This is what we refer to as when they hit the wall. Women regard men as more desirable as men grow older, and men regard women as less desirable as women grow older.
Facts.
Why is it that men just keep getting better looking as they age? And I have jowls. Jowls. I'm 31 and I have wrinkles on my forehead, saggy titties, and jowls. And he gets new gray hairs in his beard and his mustache, and he's never looked sexier. Ever. Okay? He smells like a damn rainforest after a good rain, like some fresh cut logs. Even after a 10-hour day, he comes home and he smells like fucking freedom. And I'm sitting here with saggy titties and jowls. And if I dare not put on my makeup, I look like questionable, questionable. So, yeah, you guys suck.
You're just jealous.
In my experience and in my opinion, older men that are true, established alpha men, okay, they avoid older women because older women are broken. You have lived through too much, you have seen too much, you have experienced too much, you have been exposed to too much trauma that you carry those scars with you. You are a lot harder to mold. So finding a younger woman, it's a lot easier for them to mold this woman into what they need. And it's crazy because sometimes you'll find a man that was like horrible throughout his youth. He used women, treated them badly, or whatever the case may be. And then he just came to a point in his life in which he was like, I can't keep doing this. I want to settle down. I want a good woman. He's not going to go after the one that has gone through the trauma that he probably put her through. This is why you see some men, some older men would get divorced and they would marry a younger woman. And then that woman gets treated like a queen. You were the trial, he used you and abused you, and now he learned better. And now he's going to find somebody that he can actually, hopefully, have a happier life with. And he's not trying to make the same mistakes twice. And unless you are an older woman that is going to therapy, or for whatever reason you just happen to have God's gift where you just learn from your experiences and you know how to drop them and you don't carry those scars with you, you know how hard it is to deal with somebody that has past traumas and to have to work through them with them. So it's a lot easier for them to get a younger woman. Not to mention that fresh meat is a whole flex to them. Real men, and I'm talking about real men, the value goes up with age. For us, woman is the opposite. It's a hell of a hard pill to swallow, but it's like they're the driver that gets better with more experience, and we're the car that just gets run down the more we are around. And just a disclaimer, because I know I don't look my age, I'm already 38 years old, so I'm already right at the doorstep of that older woman group. I don't have any kids and I've never been married, so maybe I get a pass in some areas. But we have to understand that sometimes we just don't appeal to these men anymore. Hey, and that's okay.
If you are still a young guy, work on yourself, mentally, physically, emotionally, and financially. Go to the gym, develop a successful career, and invest in your personal development. Your lives have only just begun when you are in your 20s. As for the 30 and 60-year-old men, your time is still not over. You are still considered as desirable to women in your age groups, and potentially younger women too. It's never too late to enjoy your lives and work on achieving the lifestyle goals you want and desire.
Thanks, bro.